On a previous video, we left you right here. This is a Ford 555 backhoe we got from Clint from CNC Equipment. Ran one parked. We put a bunch of time and money to it over the years, and we've just been having a blast teaching ourselves a little bit about fixing up old equipment. What is that? Oh, there's a dog under there. I didn't know he was there. Thought I was getting attacked by a bear. No such luck today. Anyway, we took the backhoe off because we got a Cat 304 mini excavator, and now we're converting this into a more user-friendly loader, including some remotes off the back, just a whole bunch of counterweight on the back to make up for the fact the backhoe's gone, and then adding a hitch so we can haul drawbar style implements behind it. It's a more user-friendly operation. We don't need the hoe anymore, and we're trying to convert it into something that can still benefit us with the work that we're doing. That was a lot. Anyway, these are 500-pound counterweights. And on the previous video, we got this all notched out to where we can fit 5 of these counterweights in the back. Now, I was told these were 250 pounds by the guy selling them, but I crunched the numbers into Google, and I checked with Dirt Perfect. He said, I'm pretty sure those are 500 pounders, and I checked with Google. They are, in fact, 500-pound weights. We're gonna have 5 of them in there, which is 2,500 pounds, which should make up pretty well for the loss of the backhoe, and they fit in here really, really nicely. We're gonna change the way we lay them in there, and I'll show you here in a minute. One thing we're doing today is getting these counterweights cleaned up and some paint on them, because when we get done with all the steps we're doing at this point in time, we're gonna go ahead and get the backhoe painted. Not in this video, not in this video, calm down. But in the very near future, we're gonna rebuild this stack of valves the way that's gonna work for the machine, the way we want it set up. We are converting this thing into its final form, and I'm excited about it. By the way, I'm on vacation. That's what all this is. I hate it. I don't know how y'all do it. So this valve pack off the back of the machine had 2 joysticks, 2 outriggers, and this one right here, which is the control for the extend-a-boom. We're setting this machine up to run 3 remotes off the back. This valve is going with the gentleman who bought the extend-a-hoe. That's right, we sold some parts that we're not gonna need. The way these valve blocks are held together, there are 3 rods that run all the way through here. Now, one question I'm not sure is if we are threaded to here, smooth rod threaded, or if we are all thread all the way through, and that could affect the way we do things here. But either way, we got to get them broken apart. And I know a lot of people think this is ridiculous and it's a lot of work for something that they don't agree with. I want to put the time and effort into setting this up in a way that makes the most sense for me. Try to stand this thing up vertically. Oh my gosh, she only weighs 17,000 pounds. Oh gosh, don't do that. Better control there. So the plan here, because I got this spine situation going on from this compactor, we're gonna throw a strap around that to hold it good and secure for us. Threaten these, threaten them with a good time, I guess. Loosen these, take off the valve blocks we need, hopefully maintaining the tightness of these, since we're putting very minimal effort into cleaning right now. I don't have a pressure washer. I'll scrape some of this loose stuff off. Let's put a little effort into it. Talked about in the previous video, but the machine shop is making me my ears, my tabs, and everything I need, that's somewhat secure, for the compactor, so we can get back to work on that attachment. Dirt Perfect offered his machine. He's offered it multiple times. I just feel like I asked too much out of him already, so part of me feels like I always have to pay my dues. I'll go to the machine shop like everybody else on this one. So it's solid rod all the way through. May have to cut it and then cut one of the ends. We'll see what happens. It's always important to make sure you clean your hydraulic valve blocks before you take them apart. You don't want any contaminants in there. Yeah, we got her spotless like that. So this is gonna come off first. We're gonna probably have to reuse this. There's gonna be an O-ring. We gotta really make sure that when we put these back together, everything's clean and these machine surfaces are flipping spotless. So each one of these valves, where you see this mechanism right here, there should be a pressure relief valve, and each circuit's going to have its own pressure relief based on what it did in the machine. We got an O-ring seal on each one, and then this machine surface, and we just got to, when we reassemble, we got to make sure these machine surfaces are absolutely spotless so that that O-ring gets pressed evenly and there's not any dirt anywhere that's going to cause us some seepage. All right, this is the valve block for the extend-a-hoe. This one here would have been for the left outrigger, or passenger side, I guess I should say, outrigger. And these two would have been my left stick controls, so my swing and the actual outer boom, or outer stick, whatever you want to call it. And this way it slid back on. I'll take this seal out, make sure it is clean. All right, so these valves here, because we don't have any more end caps, we can't really use them for anything else. The main reason we're taking them off is just space for where they go, and I just don't need 27,000 remotes. However, these are still good valves. They're both the same part number. They will both work here and here. There's a relief valve on each one of them. There's fittings. There's these little internal springs that could fail. These are good parts. That's an old machine. There's a lot of hours on those valves. So what we'll do is we'll package those. We'll put them down at the world headquarters with the rest of our Ford 555 parts and hold on to them for the future. That way, if we ever have any issues with these or we got to rebuild any of these, we've got the stuff to do so. Next step, because of these rods, the length, we're going to have to trim them. We're going to do one at a time. That way everything stays lined up right. So I've just got some Rust-Oleum Farm and Implement heavy duty weather resistant rust preventative. Isn't that fancy? Their cans might fade, but the paint doesn't, apparently. Anyway, I got some of that left over from the project. I don't even know if it's enough to do all of these, but we're gonna do it. It seems a little silly painting the counterweights. I'm not gonna lie, I've always thought it was silly for people to paint counterweights, but here we are, painting counterweights that pretty much gonna be hidden 99% of their existence. They're just, no one's gonna, I don't know. I want to go ahead and get that knocked out real quick because I'd like to get 2 coats today. That way tomorrow we can flop them over and get the backside. So the idea is pretty simple. We're going to cut this down to length, this mark, and then try to put new threads on it here so our rod's the same. We could probably try some all thread. They use this, so I feel like we should go with this. Plus this has been used, so it's already been stretched. Maybe I'm overthinking the bolt stretch component here, but should work. I have this little kit I got off Amazon. I'm sure there's lots of companies that make it. It's super handy. Anyway, what I found, 7/16 by 20. So 7/16 diameter, and then 20 the amount of thread in an inch, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I think. Anyway, fits on here great. And then what I love is it's got the male end too. So just to make sure I'm not missing something, I can screw that on there as well. We know that we've got the right size. I'm not gonna be able to cut my own threads, and it's nobody's fault but my own here. Let me show you. This is the kit I have. And you'll notice, see how the thread, the cutter comes all the way to the end? There's no bevel. This is more for like cleaning threads. I've got some mixed of these that an awesome subscriber sent a while back. You'll notice on this style, see how there's kind of a taper on this end? Well, just like with a tap, this die is tapered. That's what I would want to thread that rod. Well, I don't have the size I need in this, and I thought that's what these were. I wasn't really paying attention. They're more of like a thread cleaner than they are a thread creator. You know what I mean? Another dead giveaway is you can put some good pressure on this with a wrench, whereas this you just have that little tool, and I think it'd be hard with that little tool. The only thing that holds it is that little indentation. It'd be hard to get enough pressure to cut new threads. It's a new mooring, so one thing I need to do back here, see we got this big old dish down? I need to weld some kind of bar back here that these weights sit good and flat. 1.5 inches. I need something 1.5 inches that I can weld in across the back. I want to go ahead and get that done, and then get this cleaned up a little bit on the inside. Got this piece of tube right here, 1.5 inches by 2. Get us a length. Get her cut. Here's the before. And here's the after. I think she'll be good enough for a weight box. That's what I'm saying. We got this cleaned up. Now she is. Just gonna go right there. We're not gonna get anything crazy, probably just a few stitches. It's just a spacer. I don't think it, a couple thousand pounds weight on it. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. I just need to not shift around and fall off from underneath. Don't see any reason to get any fancier than that. I think that'll be just fine. Let me give her one more blow and wipe down. Nope, heard it when I said it. And then we'll paint this. Keep seeing one more little thing here and there, but it's really easy to just one more little thing yourself out of a project. So let's call that good and throw some paint on it. I got some of this Rust-Oleum primer, fast drying. It's supposed to be good on heavily rusted surfaces, which not all of this is, but because there is a lot of bare metal. We're gonna hit it with some primer. Now we're definitely going to scratch these up whenever we go to install them. There's no doubt about it. And it does seem a little foolish to put this much effort into cleaning up the counterweights in the weight box. But I found in life a decent looking rear end can really fool a lot of people. So if we can make the rear end of this tractor look halfway decent, they might not even look at the rest of it until it's too late. So those have the first coat. I gave this a hit with the air gun again real quick just to get all dust and stuff off it. We're going to go ahead and put the first coat of paint on this. Now I could just paint this black and that would probably honestly be the best option. But this gives me a chance to try out the color I want on this tractor and see if it contrasts the way I want it to. So this is an experiment. You guys get to be a part of it. Well, we'll let that dry. Hit it with a second coat. See what she looks like. So I've been weighing my options here, and I've been kind of playing around with a couple ideas. And honestly, at this point, I think the easiest thing, I think I'm just gonna send him down to the machine shop and have him make exactly what I need. But what we can go ahead and do, we should be able to go ahead and modify our control tower here the way we need it to. So for me to have enough room, I need 10 inches from the face back. Pretty close to the seat right now, but not awful. Take a pretty hefty amount. I can take about 2 inches off that. Here's the idea. It's just gonna go right back here. Right in here somewhere. That way as far as we can, but the way I got the hoses tied up. Oh, you can't even see. Oh no. I got the hoses tied up with the strap, and I'm not 100% sure how far that way it's gonna go. Depends on the valve block, but we're gonna run her just like this. Whenever we get those threaded studs back from the machine shop with the valve block on, then we'll know exactly where we need to put it. Bolt into the valve block, and then we'll build a couple brackets that come off and run to the fender. I think that should work out really nice and be super comfortable from the operator station. This tab gets cut off right here. This doesn't stay on. And then we have clearance from the seat. Here's my seat bolt holes, and the seat comes over right about to there. So that should work out just about perfect. Gentle isn't something I've figured out on this machine yet, but you know, we're working on it. We're working on it. Smoothest I've ever been with that pedal. I'll take it. Like that. It's like I just barely tried to hit it, and then we go down really far. How far is that? That's probably okay. I can't see. Number 4. That's 2,000 pounds. Number 5 gonna fit in there? Just have to leave it like that and try to slide it in. It'll stop creeping long enough. I got this thing all messed up. Oh shoot. Oh shoot, she's falling. Dang it. With the legs, boys. What was that? Come on. There we go. Let it rub, you know? I'm not having as much fun as I was. Go fast, don't die. Should be a fire department patch. Go fast, don't die. Okay. Oh, it's close to dying. That's not great. That's not great. That's better. That's better. That's good. That's good. So some pretty stellar progress. The other exciting thing is I was way off on my weights. The guy told me these were 250 pounds. Everybody in the last video, including myself, we punched everything into the internet. Based on the dimensions, if it's just cast, they're about 450 pounds a piece. So 5 times that, I mean, I don't know, you do the math. Not as much as the backhoe weighed, and not as far out as the backhoe was, obviously, but still a very good, substantial amount of weight on the back end. We still have quite a bit of work to do. We've got to do some kind of bracketry on the front side so they don't slide around, and some kind of bracketry right here, same thing, keep them pancaked, and then we'll probably just do, you know, a tab or a rod back here to keep them in. And then we've got a big gusset plate we got to add. The way I want to do this hitch plate, I've got some ideas for it. I think are going to work out really, really well. So I'm excited about all of that, and I think we're making great progress. I'd say there's at least 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 more videos on getting this thing going, but I need it up and going because I need it on a job we got coming up. It's just going to be beyond handy. Yeah, pretty wild. Oh, one other thing you guys asked about. A lot of people asked if we're going to take the weights off the front of the machine now that we got all the weight on the back. I got these counterweights here. I got one of these on each side, and there's 1, 2, 3. There's a nose cone or a belly weight under there as well, and that was when we had the backhoe on. A lot of people asked if we'll take those weights off. Nope, we're leaving those weights on. The heavier this loader, the better she's going to perform as a loader. That's a lot of weight in the back end. That doesn't do anything for me as far as downforce on the cutting edge up here. So we still want this weight. And don't forget, we talked about putting a trailer behind this, like a dump trailer, like a homemade dump trailer. Like if we sold everything off of a truck that we were working on and then we decided to make it a dump trailer instead because we're just tired of working on the engine, just hypothetically, a dump trailer, I want some weight on the nose of this thing. I don't know what else to tell you. Yeah, I'm sure you got some questions now, but we'll talk about it. You know what I mean? And thanks for watching. You know, it's, oh, what a treat.